So I'm in the middle of taking my walk here, and it's a sunny day in Florida, and I'm taking my walk. So I'm just saying to myself, wow, you know what? I think Carol has got the right strategy. If I looked at myself as an investor, I would say, you know what? She's doing a good job. And we have nothing to lose except for growth and a 7% dividend, no matter what happens. I think a lot of people take their careers as personal. I've been in business for 50 years. I take it personal. I have high expectations. But there's always a decision financially what to do, what not to do. But I'm accustomed to change as an entrepreneur with 8 different careers, including YouTube in 50 years. And I've shifted money everywhere, you know, when it comes down to long-term investment. So that's what you got to look at. Now, have I always been employed? No, but I always had to come up with a way of getting employed somehow, some way, especially as a consultant. As a consultant, you gotta do the hunting, you gotta do the closing, and you gotta perform what your services are. You gotta be in demand, and there's high expectations from clients. So that's what Carol's going through is, oh, you want me to do a great job? Since 2003, does she have the experience? Does she know the business? You're fucking right, she knows the business. And she's taking advantage of it. And she's helping the investors. Does that have anything to do with the Teamsters? Sure it does. They're taking that into account. But that's where lawyers come in. That's where negotiations come in. But look who you're dealing with. You're dealing with Teamsters. You're talking about blue-collar guys. Sure, they have attorneys. But man, when you're dealing with Carol, CEO, and 12 other shareholders, that's trying to make a decision, whether it be married or not married. And there's going to be change. And they got the time to be sustainability. Do you have the time as a driver? So when I get these FUs to Rock about, Rock, you don't know what you're talking about. No, I just know what I'm talking about as I did my due diligence on Google on UPS. Now, Rock, would you invest in UPS? That's a long shot because I like other investments, you know. UPS, I don't want to wait around for 3-5 years, you know. Yeah, it's long term, but still, I like more techie stuff and more of a what should I say? A return on investment that I see, and this is what my father would teach me as I learned how to invest in public companies. It was always about the balance sheet. I don't have time for the balance sheet. I just look from the outside, and then if I was interested in UPS, I would send it to my analyst at my investment bank and say, what do you think? What does the bank feel about this? What does the analyst think about this investment? Is this a buy or a sell or a hold or whatever it is? And I don't think they would recommend. They'd have other choices, you see? So I'm sure a lot of the drivers don't have an analyst or a bank at their fingertips or a financial advisor that they would trust with their money. We call that PM, personal money. Most people, like the UPS board, they're dealing with OPM, other people's money. But they're strategic. They're strategic. They're taking risks to say no more Amazon after a couple of years. But it makes sense. I looked up Google the reasons because a lot of this is public information. So you can look that up, man. So, you know, all the people that say, Rock, you're screwed, nobody took the deal, I don't believe any of that because I don't think it's true. I think it's all in the numbers, they're waiting, and there's a strategy. It's just like I said, Trump waiting for going back to the table and renegotiate the deal. It's all about negotiation, a win-win. Could they change the contract? Sure they could. They could put a hold on it. They could say, you know what? we're not making enough money. Or they could say, listen, we're going to cut back, but we're going to give these drivers stock options. Think about that. And I wouldn't be talking as an individual. You can't go in there with the team, the union, the Teamsters, and say all or none. No. You're independent, man. You created your life independently, and now you have a choice. So you got to think this through. And the reason why I went on YouTube for this is because I'm getting too many people contacting me about, Rock, what would you do? Or, Rock, you don't know what you're talking about. No. I said, well, if I were them in this position, I would do my due diligence, and I would wait and say, okay, is it going to drop down to 50 like when Carol took over, or in 2003, the word is their stock was at $50 a share. Then it went up to 148 or something during her tenure. Now it's down to what, 80, 86? It makes sense. And you know what? She's got the staying power. She sees everything. This is insiders. And who's buying? The insiders. The insiders are buying at 86 because they see the future. They see for the next 3-4 years, this is what's going to happen. They understand. Are they going to replace Amazon? Sure, somehow. Are they going to get specialized? Sure. USPS is in there too. Don't forget about USPS. They're trying to poach the UPS guys. There's a great option. 20 years at UPS, 20 years at USPS, couple pensions, great benefits, but can you physically do it? See what I mean? So listen, I got to fly now because I got to go do some more videos, but I hope this helps. And some of this I'm going to throw on other social media because I'm being watched by investors, blue-collar guys, blue-collar millionaires, white-collar guys, white-collar recession layoffs. It's not done, man. We're only talking August. Wait till the end of the year. And they've already said they're going to have another pass in March of 2026. I'm talking about UPS. What do you think's going to happen between now and March? A lot. I kind of look at it this way. If I were a UPS driver with that tremendous track record of 20 plus years benefits and this kind of money, it's a bird in hand versus two in the bush. You're getting free money, man. So you have to be strategically set and really look at your financial situation. And know your taxes. Get a tax advisor or a financial advisor, somebody you really trust that's licensed, not your brother or brother-in-law or whatever. Have a firm that even if you pay a certain percentage, of that or a fixed fee, you'll do fine. And don't forget, nothing lasts forever. Your health is the most important thing. And these guys that are there less than 10 years, it's a big decision. But if they don't even like their job and there's pressure and the culture sucks, Carol's not going anywhere, man. In fact, she's thinking she's doing a great job. And you know what? Shareholders and the board of directors are saying she is. They're making money. The more cuts, the better. Even if they lose business like Amazon, their profits are up. That's all they care about right now. God bless you. I'll talk to you soon.